All right, so I'm a little late, but it's been a very eventful, news-filled week or past week for Street Fighter 6, and that's kind of new, and I'm a bit late to it, which isn't new, but that is that C.viper got revealed and her release date announced, and Mecha keeps the skin coming with her. Which totally forgot about until now. And then we got some Capcom Cup 12 news, and you know, I have some thoughts about it, more on Capcom Cup, but I thought now would be the best time to make a video on it. All right, and to get the old C Viper stuff out the way, I made my opinions pretty clear, or not pretty clear, but just in general, my thoughts about her in the my plus the Promised Year 3 video I made where I said, super young when she came out. I didn't think she looked cool as a kid, and that's just kind of stuck with me since. And more about her specifically, as I hate her in general, not just towards C Viper, I guess, is to be a hater, you gotta to truly, hate, you must know what love truly feels like, and man, it hurts kind of seeing that Elena's kind of like the most last character, and then Saga gets butchered. However, she gets VIP treatment. She, they did the best they could, making use of drive gauge in ways we've never seen before to make all her feints and stuff work. And she gets a super respectful or yeah, I would go with respectful and accurate presentation, and that's awesome. But it also hurts because it's like, man, I'll go I I think Sagad's cool, and you just took away all his zoning. I don't think zoning's cool, man, but zoning, whatever. You took that away and then stitched Jinrai onto his kit, and it's like, damn. But she looks really fun. I will try my hands on her. She does look like the most interesting character, unfortunately for me, that they've released. I don't know, it just looks like she's got a lot to mess around with. But yeah, that's all I really have for her. Sorry if that's not the most in depth, but I was like 6 or 7 when, oh my god, when she came out in 4. All right, but the true big bombshell, the thing that really matters when you get down to it, I guess, is that for Capcom Cup 12, you will have to pay $40 for, I assume it's top 16, top 8. Nah, not the first 2 days, pools and the way into top 8, top 16, whatever finals day is, which is a bold gamble because I think there's a couple evils at work here, I guess, where it's one thing to pay $40 for it, which there was they just said they just straight up said it cost 6,000 yen, and that is roughly the equivalent of 40 US dollars. So there's no regional pricing. On top of that, it's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, point blank period. And back doing the thing that I was trying to mention before getting sidetracked is they didn't say that's for the game in some way. They didn't say that was for the prize pool. They just straight up said, "Hey, this is gonna cost you $40 to watch, and presumably you cannot restream it." And that's crazy, I think. The other big thing is, what about Though, okay. And the other reason I think it's a big gamble is so very like it's been talked about a bunch. Street Fighter 6 like is kind of like low high key going through like another big boom after its release, like post hype. And that's very rare for a fighting game. But beyond that, it's huge in Japan. Like that is the whole reason they're doing this. And part of the reason I think is the whole big gamble is I don't I don't think that Capcom esports division is like I mean, is this glazed to say I don't like this is a backhanded compliment. I don't think they're dumb enough to be like what we like, hey, like Japan's locked in, the rest of the world, it's a tough. That's tough for you guys. Like we're just gonna alienate and isolate the rest of you because that's what you're gambling on. Is you're gambling on, hey, Japan makes the wheel spin, the money turn round, and that's all we really need. And I don't know how true that is. Like, dude, like Max Million, dude, he gets a bunch of like he gets like 60,000 plus like people watching his restream of it alone. Not to mention, the tournament itself and all the restreamers. And the reason people are so against it is, or you're paying an exorbitant amount of money. Personally, I think it's an exorbitant amount of money, and like the ability to like take part and have camaraderie with one another and watching it. You're also stripping it because presumably you're not gonna be able to restream it. At best, you're gonna do the like little timer thing. And another like really big point I want to hit on is, well, like I keep seeing people talk about like, oh well, you can't just keep coughing up $1 million and like they're losing money. They gotta make money somehow, and it's like, well, first things first. What if you did? What if like first prize only earned $500,000? Like, do you really like? What if it was 500,000 and like the prize distribution was more evenly split? So that way it's not. Oh well, first and second place get like the bulk of the million, and then the rest of excuse me, the tournament goers just eat it. Like, what if potentially like we like fix that issue? Also, um, $40. It is $40, and I cannot stress enough how much that is. And and I think like I don't I think I think that's a bad way to go about it because like there have already been content creators that are like, hey, I don't mind paying for it, and I would even consider like paying for it if it meant I could restream it or like the money goes for like X, Y, and Z reasons or stuff like that. And or even make it a little cheaper, right? Like I think 15 tops is like what it should be priced at, which goes to like another thing, which is how they could like help fund it. And I believe that they like don't like maybe you get like one new skin since oh, I want to talk about skins too. I'll talk about that at the end. Anyway, sorry. It's like, what if the Monster Hunter skin? What if you made a pack, right? And all the Monster Hunter skins were in it, mate or recolors. What if like a skin was added? And what if like maybe not like super high quality, but like what if like a stage got added and like you threw in um a, like title card and like actual title goodies and whatnot. And bada bing, bada boom, you charge like $18 for that. And you're like, hey, what's like a fair amount? 35% is going to Capcom Cup. That is how we're gonna like fund, you know, the Super Bowl of Street Fighter 6, right? And I think people would have a way, way better time being like, damn, all right. I mean, shoot, we got, community endeavor. We gotta support the players and whatnot. We wanna like, the beauty of Street Fighter. Street Fighter, encapsulates the whole world. And how better we be representative of that than like supporting like buying something that is openly like supporting the tournament, basically the World Warrior, I and I think that was like very poorly handled. I just think like post content release as a whole has been very poorly handled, and yeah, it's like, whew. um, because like I think the blowback already is like so severe because you can turn off views on X, right? Like bad sign. Like I remember seeing it on like Sunday when I woke up, and it had quarter million, over a quarter million views, and like maybe 100 something likes, and it's like, mm, you know, not a banger. This is not a banger. But yeah, that's all, I really wanted to speak on. I there's better ways to fund it. They've done it in the past, as far as I'm concerned. You wanna, it's a bad process all the way around because you're just saying, hey, you're gonna pay to watch it. You're not gonna tell us if like production goes up in quality. Are we gonna be stuck listening to like, what is it, 6 minute ads of JP's theme? All you know, any extra like tidbits of content in the dead spaces are like, you know, where's this money going? Like, why do you need to charge us $40, you know, to watch it? Where's that money going? A lot of like bad process all around, in my opinion. I just don't think I think there's ways to go about it. And I like $15, that whole $15 thing is like at the absolute max, like being like, hey, you gotta pay for this, and we're not gonna elaborate any further. I think that is the most tolerable, on top of not restreaming. But yeah, that's all I got for the Capcom Cup stuff. I don't I don't yeah, yeah, put my feet to the fire. You can hold me on it. I am in the business camp. I don't know. Just belief, headstrong in the thoughts that I don't think Japan's gonna like clear the rest of the world and like then be like, all right, we're gonna keep doing this like this over and over and over again for the rest of Street Fighter 6 and presumably further on life. And then the like little mini costumes I want to talk about was Zane Geese getting a costume along with Viper, and I'm I've got like I'm off 2 hits of copium basically, where I think the super copium is we're just getting like Halloween skins, and like Geef's just a precursor to it. Because I don't know, say what you will, I think that's a cool Halloween skin. And then, or that would like pass as a cool Halloween skin. And then the rest come, the week of Halloween. And like the other copium, which I think is more realistic, which I've seen people kind of hate on, which I'm shocked about, is holiday, or maybe like holiday leaning like winter outfit skins. Like, I don't know. I have no beef with those. I think they're kind of cool, depending on how they're done. And um also like, are we like really in a position to like be really picky with what we get in terms of costumes? Like they seem to barely want to make them at all. That's like a sentiment I saw on like the Reddit, and I'm really interested to see what you guys think, you know. But yeah, that's all I got, man. All right. You know how it is. Sorry for the real long absence. It's just I haven't really felt the passion, you know. I don't remember excited about anything like seeing like I've been going through the motions playing Street Fighter 6 ranked, which I love the game, you know, but it's nothing noteworthy, you know. And then also like Marvel Rivals Season 4, I haven't really played much. I haven't talked about it at all for the most part, you know. I'm like, yeah, it's just how it is. But anyway, if you know how you know, I gotta express gratitude. If you clicked on it for a second, 5 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes, you watched the whole thing. I am super appreciative and grateful that like I made something that like captivated your interest for however short it may be, you know. I think time's a valuable resource, and you know, I'll see you all soon, presumably either for Viper's release or like maybe Capcom response. But yeah, that's all I got. Thank you, and see you around.